Balanced news in high definition. The Fox 19 10 o'clock news.
Well, he is a famous doctor in the tri-state and the world, thanks to a movie called Doc Hollywood.
I get chills thinking about it now because it was a goal that I'd always wanted.
We're going to tell you what he's talking about and another side of Dr. Tim Kremchek after the break. He's known around the ballpark as Doc Hollywood. The Reds team doctor is one of the hardest working guys in the business, juggling his family life, private practice, his hobbies, and the Reds. In 19 years, he has operated on over 20,000 knees, shoulders, and other body parts, and on hundreds of major leaguers from all of the teams in the majors, as well as celebrities galore. Tonight, it's another side of Dr. Tim Kremchek. Tell me what your typical day is. You're kind of a busy guy, I understand.
Well, a typical day is I get up around a little before 6, and sometimes I ride my bike into work, which is about 10 miles. I work out. It starts at 7.
Wait a minute. So the 10 miles isn't the workout?
That's the beginning. That's the warm-up.
Okay.
So I jump on my bike, and I ride from home to my office in Sharonville, and then I change clothes and do a boot camp for an hour. On Mondays, and I shower and I see patients all day long until about 5. On Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, I go to the operating room until 3, 4, or 5 some days, and then I come down to the ballpark, see the players in the training room, then right around game time, sit behind home plate, wait for something to happen. Usually about the 5th inning, I go up to Mr. Castellini's box and just shoot the breeze with him.
Do you remember getting the call that you were going to be the Reds doc?
I do remember it. I was thrilled. I get chills thinking about it now because it was a goal that I'd always wanted. Not for financial gain, not for notoriety, because I love it. I love the game and I love the people. And you know what? You can take an awful lot away from me. Don't take this away.
I think that when people would walk into your office, they would be just blown away by the amount of "To Doc, love you, Doc, thanks, Doc, nice job, Doc." I mean, you have posters, you have from everyone, you have photographs from everyone that I can imagine in sports.
You know, I don't do that to show off. What I do it for is because it gives people the idea. I don't wear a coat and tie. I just don't wear a white coat. I never liked that. I don't want people to be in awe when they come into my office. I don't want them to think they're coming into a doctor's office. I don't want to be intimidated. What I'd much rather them do is say, this is very comfortable, this is very cool, I'm in the right spot. This guy likes sports, he's a regular guy, and he's going to take care of me.
Doc Hollywood. You like being known as Doc Hollywood?
You know, at first I didn't, but now I kind of do. Marty Brenneman brought that up years ago. Back in the years when Griffey was here and Larkin were here, and the HIPAA thing wasn't a problem, so, you know, Rob Butcher and the Reds and Jim Bowden, they wanted me to talk about everything. They didn't want to talk about medical problems, and the players wanted me to also. You know, tell them the truth, Doc. Tell them what's the matter with me. Tell them why I'm out. Tell them why I can't play. And I did it. I enjoyed it. It gave me kind of a personality.
Any good stories you can think of?
I'll never forget Pete Harnish. One day, I was down working out at the stadium, and these guys, whatever, I said, well, if anything happens on the field, you got to come and get me. And so I was in the shower coming out, and they yelled. They said, "Doc, Larkin's down, Larkin's down." And so I went down to get my shoes, and they had broken my shoestrings and cut my tie, and my belt, they went half. I put my belt on, it ripped. I put my shoes on, the shoestrings broke. Tried to get my tie on, it ripped in half. And I'm sitting there, they're all laughing at me behind the desk. And they said, "Don't worry, Doc, Lark's okay." I mean, I'm spazzing out thinking this guy's on the field, and I'm sitting down here, can't even get dressed.
Did you ever think of yourself when you were a kid that someday you'd be like the Reds team doctor, you'd be having dinner with Mick Jagger and all this kind of stuff? I mean, because you really aspired to a lot.
You know, I did. I wanted to be a baseball player. When I was in high school and college, I played baseball. And I realized I wasn't good enough. I wasn't fast enough.
What position were you?
First base. Mm-hmm. And then I used to come down. This was in the, probably the early 80s. Now, I was a big Red Machine fan. Used to live in Boston. Used to be a Red Sox fan. And I sat here one day when I was in medical school, and I told my friend, who's now the CEO of Beacon Orthopedics, I said, one day I'm going to be the Reds doctor. And he just laughed at me.
Pretty proud about what you've accomplished?
I'm very proud of it. I mean, there's a lot, you know, what's hard, I think sometimes, is there's jealousy. I'm very proud of what I do as an orthopedic surgeon and keeping my skills up, and we train fellows and teach students. And I'm very proud of what we do and how I do it. It's easy to work hard at something you love. I'm sure you're the same way. If you love doing it, it's not work. And everybody says, you just make it look so easy. You get up, you do it, you come here, you have fun, you're down in the field. When we won the division 2 years ago. I'm down at batting practice a lot. I've taken swings in the cage. I've been out in the outfield shagging balls. I've worked out with the guys on the road. I'll play golf with Marty and those guys when we go on the road. It just looks so easy, but it looks easy because it's fun and I like it. I've got a team of people that work with me, that help me with my operations. I've got a team of people here in the training room that do their thing. I got a family at home that support. So it's not just me doing all these things. It's developing a group and a camaraderie and associates in my office that allow Beacon to be what that is, the Cincinnati Reds medical team what they are, and allows me as a person to be who I am, because if I were just by myself trying to do this, there's no shot. The youngsters and the high school kids, they mean everything to me too. The high school sports are just as big a part of me as the Cincinnati Reds, just not as visible.
Who are you outside of being Doc Hollywood and taking up golf? And
I like to think that I'm a pretty good father. I really do. I mean, I've got 5 great kids. I've got a great wife. I've got a great family situation. The kids get older. You've got to kind of change your focus. My son was a all-state football player and a all-city basketball player, and my daughter rides horses. My other daughters are grown up, but I go home, tinker around the house, try and find things to do. And I took up golf 6 weeks ago because I figured I had to do something other than go home and watch TV or read a book or do something. So I decided to take golf. I'm very competitive, so I want to get good at it. So I'm a lucky guy. And I'm a lucky guy because I love what I do. I think I'm pretty good at it. And I've got a lot of things that add into my work, play, fun that makes my life fun.
That's a good story, don't you think? If you have a suggestion of someone to feature, send it to me on my Facebook page. Just search for me, Tricia Macke.